Welcome back, Mustang fans, to another night of Rita Replays. Tonight's action takes us to the University of Illinois for our state championship game in 2006. Coming off of a huge win in the semifinals over Augustinian rival Providence, last-second field goal by Steve Flaherty. Second time we defeated Providence during the season, both times by late field goals by Steve, propels us into the state championship against Lake Zurich Bears. Great evening for us, great night, great season. You know, we were Catholic League champs, taking us back to the state championship after 28 years from 1978. Please stay tuned after the game for pre-video and post-video of the game, before the game, after the game, all the action back here at the pep rally. Great weekend, great night for St. Rita. Go Mustangs.
It's the 7A state championship battle between the Mustangs of Chicago St. Rita and the Bears of Lake Zurich. Hi, everybody. Alongside Jim Covert, I'm Tom Stalker. Two interesting teams here coming in here. St. Rita in the championship game for the first time since 1978. First trip ever for the Lake Zurich Bears. And Jim, in this game, we've got a very interesting contrast in styles. Two teams also that are playing their best football at the right time of the year.
They really are, Tom. They're playing great football. I've had a chance to see Rita play twice this year. They're really playing great defense. Last week, they had a thriller. 34-31 victory over Providence Catholic, and we know that Lake Zurich, they're getting a lot of respect now. Not too many people have heard of them, but now everybody's heard of them.
Let's see how these two teams got to the championship game. The four victories for St. Rita, beating O'Fallon from the St. Louis area, 45-20. Then they outslugged St. Charles North, shut out Morgan Park in the lightning delay quarterfinal game, and then got that big field goal with 5 seconds left to beat Providence. Now in these two teams coming up here, first for St. Rita, their offense run by a very versatile quarterback. He can throw, he can run, Peter Balsam.
Pete Balsam, he could make the difference tonight. He's 6'3", 210. He's been running out of the spread formation, but he really hit some great passes and made some big plays the last 2 weeks.
Not normal for your defensive lineman to lead you in tackles, but that's the case for defensive lineman Matt Conrath.
Tall, fast, athletic. Matt Conrath is the #1 defensive player in the Catholic League this year. 90 solo tackles, and he'll put a lot of pressure. He has 15 sacks on the throwing game of the Bears.
You saw during the playoffs that Lake Zurich has really come on strong with the offense. One of the reasons has been Kyle Scarr back after missing the semifinal round games with a punctured lung.
And he's quite an athlete. He's very fast. He's averaging 7.5 yards per carry, and he'll be thrown to by Matt Blanchard, the quarterback, who's also a very talented athlete.
Now defensively, the defense has carried Lake Zurich to here. Brian Solar really anchors that defense.
Solar blitzes a lot. He has a lot of sacks. We'll see him making a lot of tackles today from sideline to sideline.
All right, so that sets the stage for this 7A game as we've got St. Rita from the Catholic League, Lake Zurich coming out of the North Shore suburbs. They're in the title game for the first time. St. Rita, first appearance in the title game since 1978, a 28-year absence for a program that has been one of legacies. A lot of fathers, then sons, uncles, brothers play for St. Rita. Let's take a look now at some of the keys to the game for tonight's team. First of all, for St. Rita, obviously they got to somehow stop the run.
And I should say continue to stop the run, which they did last week against Providence. Shut them down to about 10 net yards. They've really got to do that today. Utilize the spread formation where they can run the ball or throw the ball. Pete Balsam, very effective in that set. And the clutch kicking of Steve Flaherty, he's 7 for 7 on field goals this year. Could come down to that.
Now for Lake Zurich, big question, are they going to be able to run that ball against St. Rita?
Well, that is the question. Run versus Rita. I mean, the Bears have rushed for 3,200 yards this year, and Providence couldn't do it last week. Can the Bears do it this week?
All right, that sets the stage. Let's meet the players in the 7A championship game as we go to Stadium Public Address announcer Jeff Fritzen.
Head coach Todd Kuska. The starting offense for the Mustangs at running back number 4, Darian Hood. Running back number 5, Clifford Moore. At wide receiver, number 9, Sean Eston. Quarterback, number 10, Peter Balsam. Wide receiver, number 28, Steve McGowan. Running back, number 42, Jerome Ward. At center, number 52, Sean Halloran. At left guard, number 57, Luke Nibbs. Right guard, number 64, Patrick O'Malley. Right tackle, number 77, Kellen Gallagher. Left tackle, number 78, Daniel Smith. And at tight end, number 82, Daniel Platt.
The teams that will meet to crown our 8th and final champion this weekend here in the 7A battle between Lake Zurich and Chicago St. Rita. Conditions not bad at all. You take a look right here at game time, 55 degrees. Winds listed as calm, but boy, they've picked up. We take a look at Old Glory in there. It's like it's blowing pretty well out of the south, probably about 8 to 10 miles an hour. Cloudy conditions, supposed to be cloudy tonight, no precipitation. Very, very playable weather here on the artificial surface of Memorial Stadium, which could also be an intriguing situation because St. Rita plays on a surface just like this in their home stadium.
That's right, Tom. In fact, in their quarterfinal game against Morgan Park, there was a deluge on that Friday evening, and they still had a chance to play it on a great turf, and so they're used to this quick track. And speaking of quick track, we've got this Bears team where 80% of this football team runs track and field, and we'll talk a little bit about that as the evening goes along.
Kevin Johnson will kick for Lake Zurich. Back deep for St. Rita, Darian Hood on the far side. And on the near side, Steve McGowan. McGowan from the 13. Stopped very quickly at the 23-24 yard line. A return of 11 yards. And so it'll be the Mustangs under quarterback Peter Balsam putting it into play. The offensive line for the Mustangs, Daniel Smith, Luke Nibbs, Sean Halloran, Patrick O'Malley, and Kevin Gallagher. In the backfield, Balsam the quarterback, Jerome Ward, Darian Hood, and Clifford Moore, the running backs, Sean Estan and Steve McGowan are the receivers. They'll run out of an I formation, occasionally go to the spread. Tailback on the call, Clifford Moore. 2 yards maybe for the 5'11 senior who came into the game averaging 6 yards a carry. Defensively for Lake Zurich, Wroblewski, Weber, and Erickson on the defensive line with Marks, LaFontaine, Janis, Scarb, and Solar. Yes, they have 5 linebackers, Callahan, Dietrich, and Johnson. One of the reasons why they went to those 5 linebackers is their head coach Todd Stewart says, you know, we weren't getting the big hogs to put in on the defensive line, so we thought we'd use our athleticism and go to a 5 linebacker set. Second and long. Bouncing outside, Clifford Moore. He's got some speed. And finally brought down inside the 15-yard line.
Boy, he sure broke out on that one. He bounced it out.
59 yards on the play.
And we'll have a chance to see it here out of the I formation. Nice job by the line, hook blocking their men. Moore's off to the races. He's got a good angle to get away from the corner, but look at that free safety coming in. That's number 18. One of their, that's Scarb, who's actually plays a lot of linebacker. Saw how fast Scarb is.
But Rita says we've got some speed as well. 1st and 10. Darian Hood stopped at the 9-yard line. Scarb there to make the stop.
Here's what we have in the trenches. St. Rita's got a fantastic mobile and big offensive line. Lake Zurich in the front. quite a bit smaller, so they're going to have to be quicker if they want to have success in the trenches.
2nd down and 5. The ball at the 9-yard line of Lake Zurich. Blitz picked up by the line. Slanting through the right side. Clifford Moore, not much. Not much at all.
Darian Hood and Clifford Moore, both senior running backs, share series and share plays, and we'll see them both making a lot of carries this evening, and they handle it very well. They both have a good chance to play ball, and how are you going to sit one of those seniors out? It's a good idea to rotate them in.
They are given a credit, a gain of a yard, 3rd and 4 to go from the 8-yard line. Again, a Lake Zurich team that has surrendered fewer than 9 points a game all season. Blanchard rolling out, a threat to run, and he is in for the touchdown.
Nice run by Balsam there. Excellent run. He's a real threat as a runner as well as a thrower, and I think that the Bears were a little surprised here in the first series. I think they expected the Mustangs to come out in that spread formation. They elected to come out in the eye as we see the bootleg action here by Balsam, and he has got shows the ball and then takes off, and I'm telling you, he can run. He has really played well in the playoffs and has kind of moved it up to another level.
That's his 10th rushing touchdown of the year. For the extra point, Steve Flaherty, the kicking hero of the semifinal win over Providence, and the point after is good. And so, 3.5 minutes into the ball game, St. Rita with the early lead at 7-0. The 7A championship game coming your way from Champaign. So St. Rita converts at its first possession to take the 7-0 lead on the run by the quarterback, Peter Balsam. And so now we will see the offense for the Bears handled for the first time. Kyle Scarp back deep, awaiting the kick. And into kick will be once again Steve Flaherty.
He can put it in the end zone with his leg.
And with this win behind him for sure. Take it in the end zone, it'll automatically come out to the 20-yard line. And so Matt Blanchard will set up shop for the Bears. 1st and 10 at the 20. There you see the scoring drive, 76 yards in just 5 plays. The big one, the 59-yard run by Clifford Moore, took just 2.5 minutes.
And now we'll get some indication, Tom, if the Bears can get their running attack going against this defensive front of the Mustangs.
Scarb and Simpson in the backfield. Blanchard on the option, faked the toss, and then is up to the 22-yard line. Coming on, Matt Conrath. You take a look at the offensive line. Luke Cherney, John Gage, Dylan Becker, Scott Stratton, Nick Miner in the backfield. Blanchard the quarterback. The backs are Kyle Scarp, John Janis, Adam Simpson at fullback, Metzler the wide receiver, David Rain is the tight end. After a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. He fakes to Simpson, and then Blanchard keeps around the left side, picks up 2. Defensively, St. Rita will run a 3-4 with Strite, Conrath, and Fleming. Conrath, one of the real team leaders there on the line. Cassanda, Stoklosa, Matt Murphy, James Fitzgibbon, the linebackers. In the secondary, Deontay Hood, John Sullivan, Dan Gillick, and Ernest Green.
3rd and 5.
Yep.
3rd and 5. Big down right away for both teams.
Out of a double wing formation, Scarp goes in motion as Blanchard rolls out. Now he's got to scramble and throws as he's going down. It was in the general direction of the lineman Luke Cherney, but no penalty markers are thrown.
Guess who? Going to get number 72. And on the pass rush, Matt Conrath releasing the block, putting a lot of heat on but Blanchard as he forces the incomplete pass.
So Blanchard and company facing 4th down.
punting into a wind here. This could mean a short field for the Mustangs, and they have to be real pleased with their first drive.
Simpson back to punt. And they'll let it bounce, and it takes a Lake Zurich roll inside the 40 as we send it down to the sidelines. And Sarah.
Thanks, guys. Well, I had an opportunity to talk to St. Rita's Peter Balsam before the game. He was as calm and cool as ever. He said that this group of seniors is very close-knit. They've been waiting for this moment for the entire duration of their high school careers. He's ready, and I guarantee you, he's the type of guy that I want to be running my offense.
All right, Sarah, thank you much. About 4 minutes gone, and St. Rita will get the ball for the second time and in great field position at the Mustangs 39. But before they can snap the ball, whistle stop play, and a timeout called by St. Rita.
St. Rita came out with 5 wide receivers there, and usually when they run their spread offense, they will have Jerome Ward in the backfield as a blocker. He's an outstanding athlete.
Mustang ball, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. The give goes to Darian Hood, the 5'9" senior. In week 6 of the year, Hood 102 yards, 3 touchdowns against Brother Rice.
Big offensive line. Have a chance to see number 52, Sean Haller, in their center. He had an ankle injury and was fortunate to play last week, and I'm sure after a week of rehabbing is in better shape to play this week even.
Now the Mustangs coming out in the spread formation. 3 wideouts to the far side of the field, 1 to the near side. Hood the lone running back. Balsam gives to Darian Hood, and he threads his way up to about the 49-yard line. They'll spot it at the 48, bringing up a 2nd and less than a yard. Make it 3rd down, excuse me. 7:05 remaining. Rita with the ball, leading 7-0.
Balsam usually sneaks it in this situation. Not this time.
This time, Hood turns the corner, gets the first down, and not much more.
The ball's out.
5 blue jerseyed Bears pursuing to make the stop. It looked for a moment like Hood might be able to turn the corner, then suddenly the lights went out.
He bounced it, and in a short yardage, that's kind of an all or none situation. Darian Hood averaging 8.6 per carry. That's exciting if you're an offensive lineman, because you know that he's going to break that big one sooner or later.
You see Matt Carney. Correction.
Tyler LaFontaine,
the other
side backer. Excellent football player.
3 up on the line defensively for Lake Zurich. Out of the eye. The toss goes to Hood. The hole plugged up quickly as he stopped for no gain at the 49-yard line. Bears
are beginning to tighten up their defense now. And, of course, the Mustangs are using that I formation quite a bit more than they did last game. And changing up the situation as far as the scouting report. And there's your officials, Tom.
Grant Noren, the rep, with Jim Voiles, Chris Long, John Perkins, and Steve Mitz. And our congratulations to those gentlemen for earning their way to the state championship game. 2nd and 10 now for St. Rita, back in an I formation. Off the fake. Balsam's going to run, and he's got room, and he got a block, and he's to the 38-yard line.
Peter Balsam really making something happen back there at quarterback. Elected not to throw the ball to the right side as he drops back. Had twin receivers to the right, but takes off to the left side, makes a nice cut, and you don't ever see him get hit backwards.
J.J. Shield making the stop. Fresh set of downs for St. Rita. 1st and 10 from Lake Zurich's 38-yard line. Long count for Balsam. The quick out. Far side it goes. And Jason Kafka with the reception.
Nice little hitch pattern. Balsam just turns and throws the hitch out to Kafka. A little bit of a cushion, makes the most out of it. Nice gain, about 6 or 7 yard gain on the play.
Officially, they give him 7. 106 yards so far gained for St. Rita. Hood had an opening, stays at his feet, but suddenly swarmed over at the 26-yard line by a bunch of Bears. Shield among them, you see.
As we see the replay, a nice cutback there. Great vision in both these tailbacks. And very quick. They've got that Barry Sanders type of jump moves inside. Nice spin. Real good carry by Darian Hood. Sometimes they'll break back against the grain.
So it's 1st and 10 from the Bears' 26. They're coming on the blitz, but Hood fires through the line and dives to the 14-yard line. He gets another first down.
Excellent job by the front that time, picking up the blitz. And the bad thing about a blitz, as you'll see here, is that if somebody breaks the line of scrimmage, there's really not any linebackers there to make the play. It goes right into the secondary.
That was some kind of a hole that Hood was able to run
through.
Sure
was.
He picked up 12 yards. 1st and 10 now from the 14-yard line. St. Rita with the ball, leading 7-0. Bouncing Clifford Moore. Heads for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown.
Wow, what a nice play. Nice bounce out. Steve McGowan downfield blocking as a wide receiver. And we'll see Clifford Moore. Boy, they're on the board quickly here. Clifford Moore bounces to the outside. Great blocking up front. And as he breaks the plane, we also saw a nice downfield block by the wide receiver, Steve McGowan.
Moore with his 12th touchdown of the season. Flaherty now will try to make it a 14-0 lead.
That offensive line is really sustaining their blocks and has a size advantage in the trenches.
They're opening huge holes right now in the Lake Zurich defensive line as well. They're giving their running backs room to work. Flaherty's point after is good, and we're barely 8 minutes plus into this game, and it's already 14-0 St. Rita.
No doubt about it. And hey, Lake Zurich Bears have to get this next drive underway and utilize some of that speed on offense.
And again, they were even stingier in the postseason. 9 plays, 61 yards in the 4-minute drive with Clifford Moore, the 14-yard run. Fewer than 9 points in the regular season, fewer than 8 points allowed by Lake Zurich in the playoffs, and already big 14 up on the other side of the scoreboard.
And this is what St. Rita would love to be able to do. You know, that spread offense that they will show a team is a secondary offense. Their I formation and their running game and play action game is their forte. So we haven't even seen the spread set yet, and I think more importantly right now, it's going to be so important that Brian Storr's team really puts a drive together into this win.
St. Rita already 130 yards on the ground, the 7A title game record. Of course, they haven't been playing 7A that long. It's 205 yards out by Oswego against Libertyville in 2003.
Remember that game?
Flaherty with the kick. And Janis takes it in the end zone. And so once again, the Bears will start the drive at their own 20-yard line. And you hate to talk about important drives when you're still in the first quarter, Jim, but I got to think that they need to have some confidence on their side of the football for Lake Zurich, and they got to make something happen.
It's not unlike what we saw in the previous game, you know, where Wheaton South got off to a real quick start against Mount Carmel. When you run a lot of option like the Bears do, you have to be patient. We'll see what they do here.
Blanchard on the handoff, nothing doing on the right side. On the carry was Simpson, the fullback.
Simpson hit at the line of scrimmage by Matt Murphy, and when you defend the option, you have to take the option away from the inside out. You need to stop that dive man first, then the quarterback, and then use the sideline as a defender when he pitches the ball to the pitch man.
2nd and 8 now for Lake Zurich. Janis, the man in motion, he gets the toss. He's got an escort, but a great job coming up, shooting inside. Deontay Hood
Excellent run support. Deontay Hood read that toss sweep. It's a power toss. And he comes up here and takes the running back, pins right out from under him. And there's, 3 or 4 guys who carry this ball. Janice, Simpson, Blanchard, they spread the ball around quite a bit. Scarb, number 18, they share carries. They need to keep the Mustangs guessing right now.
3rd and 5 from their own 25. Again, Janice in motion. Blanchard looking for somebody. Keeps it. And only gets to the 27-yard line. A great job of coverage by St. Rita's defense, as the quarterback Blanchard had nothing to do with it. So far in this game, you see the total offense, 137 yards to just 11 for the Bears, and the Bears are going to have to punt the football away again.
Well, when you run option football, we'll see if they have the ability, the Bears, to throw the ball to a greater extent as the game continues. But right now, Coach Kuczka has got to be very happy with the start that the Mustangs have, and they're going to get a short field once again.
Simpson with the punt. A beauty against the breeze. Fumbled. It's a live ball. And who's got it? Bears football. Lake Zurich recovers the fumble.
That's the break that they needed, the momentum changer. That ball, I think, was recovered by number 58, Dylan Becker. There's a high punt into the wind. It's not easy to handle a punt when the wind is blowing, and there's a nice hit there, and Derek Becker, 58, somehow gets that football as that ball is dropped by Carney back there. He took his eyes off it. You could see.
Clearly see.
He looked to the man coming down and put the hit on him, which was number 40.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Sarah. They've already started the renovation. They've already taken all the bleacher seats down in the west balcony here. First down. Scarb with blocking. Hit at the 30. Still on his feet. Out of bounds near sidelines at the 26-yard line. Making the stop, Matt Murphy, one of the linebackers.
Kyle Scarb really lowered the boom there on number 43, linebacker Stocklosa. You'll see it right here, and he's a good tackler usually, but he just dropped the shoulder and kept the legs alive. And he's a big running back at 200 pounds. He's really strong and got great speed also.
A 2nd and 4 coming up. Here's Scarb again. Tripped up at the 25-yard line by Dan Gillick, the 5'11 senior.
Gillick came up quickly in support, and we'll see another option. Ride the fullback, pitch by Blanchard. There's Scarb, but he's running into the short side of the field, which helps the defensive backs in the secondary. Nice job there by number 8, Daniel Gillick, making the play as safety.
Scarb knocked out of the quarterfinal round game against Rockford Boylan with a partially punctured lung, as they're going to bring the change in. We'll take a look at secondary defender Ernest Green watching on. Now they'll drag the chains. And it's a first down for Lake Zurich.
Yeah, the Bears are really taking advantage of the field change, their opportunity here, really putting it together with this series. They're going to be in 4 for 10 territory shortly.
Lake Zurich coming into the game plus 26 in takeaway giveaways. That'll win you some ball games.
That'll win you some ball games.
1st and 10 for Matt Blanchard. Fakes to Simpson, cuts behind Simpson's block on the final play, and Blanchard to about the 18-yard line.
That's a predetermined follow play as he fakes the ball. Number 21, Simpson, inside, and then Blanchard follows him. And the reason he does this is when teams see option, a lot of times those linebackers fly out of there because their assignment is quarterback, but usually quarterback outside the tight end area.
Also saw a nice block on the lead of the play by the center, Dylan Becker. 2nd and 6. Blanchard keeping and hit hard for a gain of a yard to the 17-yard line. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play.
Darius Fleming involved in that play as a defensive end. You'll see number 90 right here. closing it off, an inside-out pursuit by the linebackers. St. Rita has two outstanding defensive ends in Conrath and Fleming. And right now they're going to need them because the Bears are down by pay dirt in the red zone.
3rd and 4 from the St. Rita 17. Janis in motion, gets the throw. He's got the first down inside the 10, down to the 5, and he carries him in for the touchdown. Wow, what a determined effort by John Janis.
He sure did run hard with that football. We'll have a chance to see the replay on the toss sweep. Janis following his blockers, a nice inside-out block there by number 50. His offensive guard, Scott Stratton, into the end zone.
17 yards on the scoring play. Janis with his 10th touchdown on the season. And so into try to make it a 7-point ball game. There's a penalty marker thrown across the way at the line of scrimmage.
Let's see.
Defense.
Well, it's against the defense.
It's against the defense.
That much
That's
we
half
know
the
for
distance.
sure.
We're still going to get the kick. No 2-point attempt.
So it'll be Kevin Johnson to attempt a little shorter point after. The kick out of the hold of Bobby DeLeo. Backup quarterback is good, and we've got a 7-point ball game. Capitalizing on the turnover, Lake Zurich is able to get into the end zone and cut the lead 14-7 with just a handful of seconds left to go in the first quarter. Big confidence builder for Lake Zurich.
Ag, they really took advantage of their opportunity, and there's a specialty team game going bad for the Mustangs that really cost them a touchdown. They would have had possession about the 40, and instead Lake Zurich has reversed the momentum.
And you could also see just a completely different spirit about the Bears' offense. They just seem to be crisper after the turnover.
No doubt about it. I mean, you got the same players, the same linemen, the same schemes going on, but really some nice running efforts there, especially by both Scarb and, as we saw, John Janis there, getting extra yards, twisting and turning after contact.
You saw 33 yards, 5 plays on the scoring drive. A minute 47 used off the clock. And so now Johnson will kick it away. Darion Hood and McGowan deep for St. Rita. Hood from the 7. Has a seam. One man to beat. He's got a blocker. Darion Hood along the sidelines. He was nearly tackled by his own man, but he takes it all the way. 94 yards. No penalty markers on the field. It's going to stand up. 94 yards on the return for Darion Hood. He had a blocker downfield, and he almost tripped when he cut behind the blocker.
Just a great play, and number 4s are big on the kickoff returns, as we saw Brian in the previous game go 96, and here Hood for St. Rita. All that work by the Bears to get a touchdown in just a few seconds. He gets it right back to the Mustangs.
He had McGowan.
Nice cutback right here. Gets underneath it.
DeMarcus Dullen was downfield and he was trying to lead the block, and looked for a moment like Hood might trip over the backside, but it's a 7A title game record for a kick return, 94 yards for Darion Hood. Wow.
That's getting rich quick.
Flaherty's point after is good, and you know, Lake Zurich was feeling pretty good about itself for about 15 seconds.
We've seen 2 big plays on the specialty teams for the Mustangs.
Timeout on the floor at the on the floor or on the field. Where are we? Indoors, outdoors? At the end of the first quarter, St. Rita leads 21-7 on the IHSA TV Network. An exciting play at the end of the first quarter. The 94-yard kickoff return by Darion Hood, which also follows the 96-yard kickoff return for Wheaton Warrenville South's number 4 as well. O'Brien may want to think about playing those numbers in the lottery, folks. That might work a little something. Who knows?
Well, we have some kickoff returners for the Bears who could do the same thing. They just got to find the seam.
What was it that happened in the Ohio lottery? In their 4-ball thing, the numbers 4239 came up, 4239. Sometimes you wonder.
You never know.
All right, Flaherty will kick it against the wind to begin the second quarter. He didn't get it all.
Oh, that's a penalty. Sure.
And no room for the receiver.
He made a fair catch, a heads-up play, and the defensive player interfered with the fair catch.
Yeah, coming in to make contact was Ernest Green, a 5'10 senior.
Dead ball, personal foul on the kicking team, 15 yards, first down.
Well, when you're on a kickoff team, usually you don't expect that ball to be fair caught, and it's a little bit. They probably called a pooch kick initially, and there's quite a drive, isn't there?
Yep.
It didn't have a clock on them, but
well, I guess it was technically 3 seconds on the drive officially, because the kickoff came with 3 seconds remaining. Now, you talk about a situation now, they've just suddenly gotten great field position. 1st and 10 for Lake Zurich at their own 45-yard line.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. The Bears need to respond offensively here.
Double wing back. Janis in motion. And here's Scarb trying to cut behind a block. He does. He fought hard to get the yardage up to the 50-yard line. He had the block of Luke Cherney to help get him around the corner. In the first quarter, on our Menards first quarter stats update, take a look. 130 yards rushing for St. Rita, 46 for Lake Zurich, who didn't have a passing yard on the first quarter. And 1 turnover, costly one for St. Rita, as it got Lake Zurich on the board. And the Bears now 2nd and 5 from the 50. Double wing again. Simpson had it, but it's kept by the quarterback Blanchard, and frankly wasn't room for either one of them up the middle against the front 3 for St. Rita of Strike, Conrath, and Fleming.
And that front really stuffed the dive back, and looked like Conrath got his arms around not only the dive back but the quarterback on that play. Haven't seen a pass.
There's big 72 Matt Conrath, all Chicago area defender. Now Blanchard facing a 3rd and 4 from the St. Rita 49. Scarb trying to cut it back in. Penalty marker thrown before he stopped on the play for no gain at the 49-yard line.
He had a misdirection play there. A lot of lateral movement. We saw against Providence last week when Rita played Providence. They had a hard time holding.
A lot of lateral, a lot of east-west, not a lot of north and south in that play.
Exactly.
And the hold, 10 yards from the...
Holding on the offense. Penalties decline. It'll be 4th down.
They're going to take the down, 4th down, force Lake Zurich to punt the football. But now Simpson with the wind to his back.
You know, Carney's thinking about catching that ball this time. He's on the 10. Needs to keep his elbows in, concentrate on the football.
Carney calling for the fair catch, and that ball died quickly. He had to come up to the 22-yard line.
Nice job by Matt Carney handling that one. It's a tough ball to handle.
Punt of 27 yards, and St. Rita will have it at the Mustang 22-yard line, 1st and 10. They lead 21-7. 2 touchdowns from the offense, 1 on a kick return from the special teams. Rita looking for its first state championship in a long time. Dive play up the middle for Clifford Moore.
Clifford Moore got tripped up on the inside there, a little high knee action, and he might have been off to the races there as he catches his foot on his fullback number 42's block, Jerome Ward, who was doing an outstanding job. Ward's actually the 189-pound state champion in wrestling last year. Very unselfish player.
2nd down and 6. That play stuffed right up the middle, and a great job coming up to make the stop. Brent Marks from his linebacker position. He filled the hole very quickly, and there was no room to go at all for Clifford Moore.
St. Rita came back with the identical play, and the linebacking core is quite active. There's Solar. He's got 17 stacks this year, so he's very active and tries to also put a lot of heat on the quarterback in passing situations.
Yeah, you see him right there on your screen, number 42. 3rd and 5. Balsam throwing long, incomplete. Diving effort at the 43-yard line for Sean Eston.
And Eston's one of his finest receivers. He would like to have made that catch because that ball's right on the money on the deep slant pattern. Hits him right in the hands. He gets his hands up a little late. The ball got on top of him, and he wasn't able to absorb the velocity of that pass.
Eston, their leading receiver with 24 catches on the year, but it will be a punting situation for the St. Rita Mustangs. The kick away. And taken by Scarb at the 45-yard line, a 28-yard punt. And Lake Zurich coming out of a pretty good field position at the Bears 45.
Look at Kyle Scarb there. He certainly does a lot for his team. Catches punts, plays linebackers, got a 7.5-yard per carry average. And the Bears get good field position here, Tom.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Bears out of the North Suburban Conference. Ryan Metzler had to quickly come to the near side to get set. Blanchard in trouble. Slowed up, dropped for a loss. Back to the 42-yard line. Matt Murphy, among others, in there. Also coming in there to make the stop, Darius Fleming.
And we also had Ken Stocklosa scrape in on this play. 43, as you'll see there, slowing the quarterback down initially. And then what's beating the option is that great pursuit laterally down the line of scrimmage. Very physical support there by number 9, Sean Eston.
Here's Blanchard on the rollout. Intercepted at midfield. Intercepted by Ken Stocklosa, the 6'1 junior.
He really read the quarterback there. Stocklosa got underneath and made a big interception for the Mustangs.
8:15 to go in the first half. St. Rita with the ball, leading 21-7.
There's Matt Blanchard trying to make something happen in under coverage. Linebacker Stocklosa, beautiful job by him. Matt, big game turnaround there when you get an interception.
So that's the first turnover for Lake Forest. And it gives the Mustangs, for Lake Zurich, I should say, at the 45-yard line. Great field position for St. Rita. Off the play fake. Pass tipped. Incomplete, looking downfield for Matt Carney, looked like. And so far, still a one-sided stat in terms of total offense for the Mustangs over the Bears.
That rushing game has really been working for the Mustangs. Nobody's really been lighting it up in the air. That time, Pete Balsam dropped back and he was looking at Eston on the curl, but the ball was deflected.
Ward is the fullback. Moore is the tailback. He's got it, dancing through the right side. Stopped at the 43-yard line. Among the Bears in there to make the stop
Damian Robleski, yep. 63.
And Tyler LaFontaine also getting off the bottom of the pile. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
They're going to spread them out. They got Balsam back. Watch out for him on the run.
Trips receivers to the bottom of the field. Bottom of your screen. direct run for Balsam. And he is shy of the first down as he is stopped at the 39-yard line. And coming up to make the stop, Brett Marks.
Here we have a chance to see, and got them spread out. Balsam takes off with that big, strong frame of his, with lead blocker Jerome Ward leading in there.
4th and 3, and it looks like the Mustangs are going to go for it.
Good decision.
Well, it's a difference of 20 yards right now, field position, if you punt it into the end zone.
Right?
Yeah.
Could see that spread formation once again.
But they're going to have to call a timeout.
They better. 1 second left.
Nope.
You know what they're doing?
They're intentionally taking it to move 5 yards back.
They did this last week against Providence Catholic.
On the offense, still 4th down.
And it really paid off last week. They got the 5-yard distance back, and their punter really soft shoot it down to about the 2-yard line. Let's see if it works out for them this time.
So Matt Murray back in punt formation. Soft shoe.
Soft
Didn't
shoe.
know you were an old vaudevillian. And against the wind, it's bounces at the 20. Takes a Mustang roll, still rolling to about the 12. So it looks like that 5 yards did help make a difference. A 32-yard punt for Matt Murray.
Worked out well for him.
Game seems to be settling down now into a battle of field position. We've had a turnover each way. One was capitalized on.
And just about enough time, Tom, for a drive. One drive by the Bears. Try to bring this game back within a touchdown.
Yeah, Lake Zurich, they got 49 yards on the ground. 33 came after the turnover on their scoring drive. Blanchard sprinting out. And the catch made at the 17-yard line. And the catch made by Pat Gallagher, the 6'2 junior.
Well, we got ourselves a completion here as we see Blanchard roll out. Great pressure by Conrath there in there, and he avoids him as he throws that short out pattern to number 88, Pat Gallagher.
First completion.
Yes.
For the Bears. A gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Janis in motion. Simpson gets the handoff, twists his way to about the 19-yard line. On the stop was Darius Fleming, the 6'2 junior, their second leading tackler on the season, number 90.
Darius Fleming, only a junior. They've got great defensive ends. He's one of the top prospects for next year as far as recruiters are concerned. Very mobile, very agile.
Mobile and agile.
And probably hostile also.
All right, a clutch 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 4 for Lake Zurich. The pitch goes to Scarp. Correction, Janis nearly brought down for a loss on the play by Gillick, but he's able to get it to the 20-yard line, but it's not enough for the first down.
Good corner support by Gillick as the Bears actually motion into an unbalanced line on this option, and he takes Janis right at the knees. Excellent job of corner support. We keep seeing that. I think we might see a halfback pass off the option.
Simpson back to punt for the Bears. Twin safeties deep for the Mustangs. With the win, a low returnable punt, although he called for a fair catch. Oh my.
He had a lot of time.
37 yards on the punt. We'll take a timeout with 4.5 minutes to go as St. Rita leads 21-7. 6'3", 7'7". Lake Zurich blitzing, but keeping it. Was that Balsam keeping it?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Solar was on the blitz. Balsam kept the ball in the spread. Here we'll have a chance to see it as he cuts to the inside. Real important on those plays that Sean Halloran snap the ball back and get it right on the money. The center for Rita.
It was a little high, and a good job by Balsam to make something 5 yards out of the play, bringing up 2nd and 5. This is Moore. Not much.
Nice
Close
defense.
to midfield. Gain of only a yard.
very active linebacker core. LaFontaine in on that, Brent Marks.
As we mentioned earlier, they're going with the 5 linebacker scheme to take advantage of the athleticism they've got. So many track stars, they just weren't getting the big monster hogs to be able to just win the battle in the trenches.
And those outside backers are very involved in pass coverage.
3rd and 3 for St. Rita. Keeping it all the way is Balsam. And he's got a first down with a yard to spare to the Lake Zurich 45-yard line.
Once again in the spread, we'll see the fake inside to his fullback. Balsam getting that north-south yardage, and like he's done all throughout the playoffs, he's become a real big, valuable running threat, as well as Hood and Moore back there.
Nice job seal blocking there by Haller in the center, and Gallagher, the tackle, just sealed off a nice lane for him. 1st and 10. Moore slowed down at the line, dives to the 43-yard line, picks up 2.
Had good penetration that time by Brent Marks. For the Bears, he disrupted the blocking scheme a little bit.
They spotted in between the 43 and 44, call it the 43. 2nd down and a long 8.
Twins formation out of the eye, Tom.
Play action fake to Moore. Throwing through the hands of the intended receiver, Steve McGowan, who went airborne at the 30-yard line.
That time, Pete Balsam off the play action sailed the ball a little bit high. He's got quite a gun, as you can see. Nice effort, and, McGowan got hit, whether he catches the ball or not. Nice secondary coverage.
McLaughlin covering McGowan.
Sounds like a law firm.
All you need is a couple of Haggises, and you got a Highlanders meeting there. 3rd and 9 for St. Rita.
We got encroachment.
Encroachment on the defense. Looked like the linebacker coming in there, Marks.
Encroachment. Defense. Still 3rd down.
It looked like Brent Marks just got into that neutral zone.
And that's caused often by just a great job of barking out the cadence with your quarterback, to draw the defensive off.
And again, unlike the guys that play on Sunday, you don't have to make contact. You just got to be in that neutral zone before the snap of the ball.
Power eye, first time we've seen it.
Tailback Moore, driving straight ahead. Close to the first down. Looks like he's going to be shortstop at the 36-yard line.
Jammed up in there. We're going to get a 4th and a yard, and the power eye's got a double lead play going. There's bodies flying all over the place, as you see number 1, Tyler LaFontaine of the Bears, making good contact.
Also Jason Weber, the very quick defensive lineman, in on the stop to bring up a 4th and 1 for the Mustangs of St. Rita.
We did not see Balsam sneak last time. He handed it back into the backfield. This time we might see the sneak. Nope.
Over the top goes Moore on the power eye, and looks like he's got the first down as he landed inside the 35-yard line.
That's one time you want to go airborne. Clifford Moore here going up over the top with a double lead, just like you would on the goal line. It's kind of like a goal line play, short yardage play. If he runs into the pile, it does absolutely no good. And whereas with a quarterback sneak, you want to keep your feet on the ground and grind it out. Moore does a nice job of getting up over the pile.
He barely got enough for the first down, but got enough he did. From the 35 of Lake Zurich, it's 1st and 10 St. Rita. Balsam again to throw. Short pass incomplete, looking for Sean Eston at the 30-yard line. The Rita fans want a flag, nothing coming.
Certainly do, and we'll see Brent Marks in on this play. No call. Good call, I think. Pressure's there, lays out, Eston lays out. Good coverage by Brent Marks. Good no call.
1:09 left to go in the first half. kind of feel a little bit like Lake Zurich's defense is starting to feel a little more like itself as Blanchard, a couple of hard-fought yards. Correction, that's Balsam, to the 32-yard line, but the yard is coming a little more grudgingly now.
Right, and they will hand that ball off as we see the replay inside. They also need to hand that ball off to the other setback and also fake the ball to the setback and throw out of that spread formation.
Fontaine and Brian Solar combining on that stop, setting up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for Balsam. Swings it out, but overlet his man too much, and by the time that Carney was able to make the catch, he was already on the turf, so they pick up maybe a yard, and it's 4th down.
You need to put that one right on the money when you throw that swing pass like that, as we have a chance to see the replay. Just a harpoon, but it's got to be right on the shoulder. You can't throw it down low.
So a 4th down and 7. And again, a punting situation, but a timeout has been taken by St. Rita with just 1 second left to go in the first half. You got 1 second, 4th down. You might as well go ahead and see if you can throw something into the end zone and come away with something.
No doubt about it. Lay it up there.
This is the 8th and final champion to be crowned. Looks like here
Field goal.
we're getting a field goal try for Steve Flaherty against the wind. This one will be 49
yards.
49 yards.
And Flaherty's got a great leg, but we'll see. This is into a pretty stiff wind.
Now, Lake Zurich calls a timeout to
go over their fakes, and how to defend the fake once more.
You see Flaherty 7 for 7, including 2 last-second game winners over Providence, one in the regular season, and the other over a resurgent Providence team that went at one time 1-4 and still made it to the playoffs and took them all the way to the last second before losing by 3. So it looks like actually 3/10 of a second left. Doesn't really matter. 1 second, 3/10 of a second. They'll get the snap and they'll get the kick away, and we'll see what happens. As kind of looks right now that Flaherty's kind of like the loneliest guy in the field out there for the moment.
He's used to the situation.
Teammates don't want to talk to you. They don't want to jinx you. They want to let you, kickers are usually a little on the different side.
Maybe the Bears went over their block setup. Try to get a good angle. Nobody's back. He's got the ability.
It'll be out of the hold of Schumacher. It is just short. Had a good leg, gave it a good try, but we have reached halftime. And St. Rita with a 2-touchdown lead. Right when it looked like Lake Zurich got right back in the game to cut it 14-7. Came the huge run back by Darian Hood of 94 yards. So we've had some special teams. We've had solid defense. Do you kind of get the feeling you're seeing Lake Zurich's defense kind of get back its legs and starting to get in more rhythm now as that second quarter wore on?
Yeah, I think they're really tightening up defensively. The key will be here in the second half is Lake Zurich deferred, and they're going to get the ball. So they've got to get it going on the ground, and they've only thrown the one pass. So, St. Rita's played really well on both sides of the ball thus far in the first half.
All right, let's head it down to the sidelines and Sarah Costa.
Thanks, guys. Coach, a lot of talk about the speed of Lake Zurich's running game. How have you been able to slow them down this half?
Well, I think our defense is pretty fast too. We've heard a lot about their speed, and they are very fast. But we take a lot of pride in being aggressive and being quick on defense as well. So I think we've been able to keep them in check right now, and hopefully we can keep that going throughout the rest of the game.
And what's been the key for you to keep moving the ball and getting those scores on offense?
Well, I think we're getting good movement by our offensive line. They stuffed us a couple times there, but we're patient, we're consistent, we're going to stay with our running game and get that going, start eating up some clock, and keep their offense off the field.
Sounds good. Good luck this second half, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you very
Back
much.
to you guys.
All right, Sarah, thank you very much. Halftime of the 7A championship game. St. Rita leads 21-7. Halftime comes your way after we take this timeout.
Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new. Like a young John Cusack, like making big mistakes. I feel like for the first time in a long time, I am not afraid. I feel like a kid. Never thought it'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new.
The Bears will receive, and St. Rita's going to kick off with the win, so a 3-and-out would be not a good thing for Lake Zurich.
Flaherty will kick. Janis and Scarb are back deep. And this one will carry into the end zone where Scarb makes the catch. And it'll come out to the 20-yard line where the Bears will set up shop. 1st and 10. Two 12-1 teams. The two losses for these two teams, a combined 3 points. Lake Zurich, a 1-point loss to a very good program at Libertyville, former state champions. Meanwhile, a 2-point loss for St. Rita to Fenwick.
Tight ball games. They've had a few of them, but they came out on top on most of the games this year as we see the first drive by the Bears.
Double wing formation, Scarb in motion, and he gets the pitch. And a great job working off his block by the outside linebacker, Jim Fitzgibbon. And he's able to guide Scarb to the near sidelines for a loss of a yard on the play.
And as we heard Brian Stortz say, let's do what got us here, and they're going to try to really do that. They have a half of football to play, but we have to remember how good the St. Rita defense up front is against the run game. That was one of our big keys to the game.
Now Simpson and Janis are the running backs. A 3-step drop. Blanchard with nowhere to go, and he winds up right at the base of the feet of big Ed Strite, the 6'4", 250-pound senior.
Strite on the inside, one of those 3 interior linemen, as you will see. A twist move with Conrad. Conrad makes the quarterback step up inside, and Strite finishes him off.
Almost looked like a busted play there for a second.
Well, it was just good, real good pressure. Nice move, twist move by your end and tackle.
So the 2 plays so far each have lost a yard. It's 3rd and 12, and Blanchard with a deep drop. And he has nowhere to go, and he is sacked on the play by Strite.
Strite and teammate Darius Fleming in there. A lot of pressure on the inside. Blanchard dropping back, deep drop, right from the outside. Excellent job by Strike. 2 plays in a row. Number 7.
Not only a 3 and out for Lake Zurich, but 3 plays losing 8 yards.
And the defensive energy was outstanding there by the Mustangs.
Matt Carty is deep for Simpson's punt, and he shanks it. It comes out of bounds on the near sidelines inside the 30, and holy smokes, a nightmarish start for Lake Zurich.
The offense, 5 yards.
5-yard penalty against St. Rita will back them up a bit, back to the 33-yard line.
Nice look at their offensive line. They've done a great job opening up holes, as Coach Parpet mentioned at halftime. A lot of tackle-to-tackle running, but some nice bounce outs also by the tailback as they read the scheme up front.
So it's 1st and 15 for the Mustangs. Balsam gives to the tailback outside Darian Hood. Look out. He may go all the way. Bumped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And Janis came over to bump him out after a 28-yard gain.
And Darian Hood just bounces it outside here, just as we were speaking out, and breaks the perimeter. And he has excellent speed. And as Coach Gusta said, that they have great speed on their ball club as well, and they respect the speed of the Bears, but St. Rita's got a lot of quicks themselves.
Darian Hood can get to the corner in a hurry. 1st and goal from the 5. Hood once again following his blocking and is down to about the 1-yard line.
A big Daniel Smith, number 78, at 280 pounds, up in blocking on this play. Just a lot of bodies flying around inside, as you'll see 64, Pat O'Malley, also leading up the hole, the offensive guard.
They're at the 2-yard line officially. And it's 2nd down and goal. Hood hit in the backfield. Did he get there? McLaughlin hit him, but he didn't stop him from getting into the end zone. It's a touchdown for St. Rita.
Another double lead play out of the power I. Luke Nibbs, Sean Haller, and the whole offensive line's coming off the football. 2 lead backs. Nice spin inside, twisting, turning. Excellent block there by the right tackle, Kevin Gallagher. He just caved his man down at the right tackle spot.
Saw McLaughlin come in and hit him in the backfield, but he couldn't prevent that spin, that second effort that carried Hood into the end zone for a touchdown.
Gallagher really came off the ball, and he's a 305-pound lineman in high school.
Flaherty's kick is good, and it's a 28-7 lead for St. Rita with 9:19 remaining in the 3rd quarter. More coming your way from Champaign after this timeout. Well, bad starts for Lake Zurich in each of the halves. 3 and out for the offense, and then St. Rita would come right back. 5-play touchdown drive in the first half, and here a 3-play touchdown drive. 29 yards, 47 seconds. Hood the 2-yard run. So disastrous starts to each of the half has put Lake Zurich in a 28-7 hole.
Got Janis deep along with Scarbin. One of these guys has to break one out on this if they get an opportunity, as Flaherty kicks with the wind again.
Up, landing in the end zone after making the catch was Kyle Scarb, so again it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
That's one rule I think I'd like to see changed. You know, that running that ball, having the ability to run it out of the end zone
to me,
on a play like that.
That takes something away from the game to me. It's, I'm not sure what the reasoning was behind it. I'm sure player safety possibly was part of it, but you know.
Is it any safer 1 yard deep in the end zone than it is on the 5-yard line, really,
I agree.
you know?
I agree.
Would be an improvement.
So it's 1st and 10 for Lake Zurich. Simpson has good blocking as he picks up 4 to the 24-yard line. On the tackle, Matt Conrath, again the defensive lineman. Their leading tackler came in with 90 solo tackles on the year and 15 sacks.
The Bears are used to running the ball considerably more than throwing it, but time is starting to become of the essence here. They're down by 3 touchdowns. They're going to have to mix it up.
Keeping it is Blanchard. Could not turn the corner. Slowed down by John Sullivan from the secondary for the stop, and it'll be 3rd and 6.
Sullivan's coming up on the outside as they collapse it down. Excellent job.
Sullivan actually caught him from behind.
Yep. Had a stun on the outside.
Make it 3rd and 3 on the situation here for Lake Zurich. 3-step drop, pass knocked into the air at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. So it looks like another 3 and out for Lake Zurich.
Darius Fleming might have got a piece of that one. Number 90, as he's coming with a pass rush, gets his hand up. Nice timing, good athleticism. And I'll tell you what, number 47 wasn't too far. James Fitzgibbon wasn't too far from getting an interception.
So back deep is Matt Carney, and Simpson will punt for the 2nd time, hoping to improve on that previous punt. Much better driving punt into the wind. Carney a fair catch at the 39-yard line. A punt of 34 yards, and still respectable field position for the Mustangs of St. Rita with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And we've got an injured St. Rita player down.
Looks like a little muscle strain on our defensive end, junior defensive end there, Darius Fleming.
Looks like a bit of a cramp. And
that's the buddy system there.
Ed Strike comes over and plays student trainer as well.
That's it. Hey, you never know. He might be an orthopedic surgeon someday.
Say nice things. He might be working on you. It stopped the clock with 7:59 to go from the 39 of St. Rita. It is 1st and 10 for Peter Balsam. Getting outside, Clifford Moore. And a good job containing that play. Ball came loose, and it's Lake Zurich's ball. Great job on the play. Was that Selar?
Yep, Selar actually got the recovery on this one, as we'll see. The bounce out there on the run by Clifford Moore.
Slowed up by Johnson.
Oh boy, that was really close.
And then
you
Brian
get an NFL
Solar.
play, a red flag on that in the NFL as a replay, but tough call to make. And Solar recovers the fumble, and this is an opportunity. This is the opportunity the Bears have been waiting for.
Well, they cashed in on the previous turnover, and a timeout taken by St. Rita with 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Interesting time out there. Probably a chance to regain themselves and get ready to play a good defensive stop.
About midway through the 3rd quarter, St. Rita leads 28-7 on the IHSA TV Network. Back at Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Tom Stalker along with the coach, Jim Covert. 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd turnover of the game for St. Rita sets up the Bears at the Mustang 43-yard line. That's Sklar. Kyle Scarb, I should say, to the 39-yard line on the carry.
Misdirection play by Scarb coming back to the inside. Nice job by the St. Rita front. This is the opportunity the Bears have been waiting for here, Tom. They need to move down and get some points.
Scarb and Simpson in the backfield. Janis, the wingback, to the near side. On the option. Kept by Blanchard. Down to about the 27-yard line as he's tripped up by the linebacker, Ken Stocklosa, a 12-yard gain.
Blanchard reverses out. There's a lead back blocking for him. Finds the running seam. This time he shows the speed that hasn't had an opportunity to show itself tonight. You get out there in the open space, look out.
Hasn't been a lot of open room for the Lake Zurich running game so far in this contest. First down. Blanchard is going to keep it. And he's to the 19-yard line. On the stop, Edward Strike along with Ernest Green.
Blanchard at 6'3", 185 pounds. He has got good mobility. St. Rita 200 yards rushing. Lake Zurich trying to add to their totals.
Look at that disparity, though, in total offense. Over 150 yards more for St. Rita. Cal 6 in motion. Simpson breaks a tackle and drives down to the 14-yard line. He broke away from Stocklosa and is getting it up for the first down, and they'll move the chains again.
Ken Stocklosa has an opportunity to make the big play, but Simpson keeps his wheels moving, breaks through 2-3 tackles, fighting for extra yards. That's the kind of effort that we saw early in the first half when Janis broke in for the score.
So it's at the Mustang 14, 1st and 10 for Lake Zurich. Scarb on the reverse. Oh, he breaks free. How did he do that? He pulled a Houdini and then some. Down to the 8-yard line.
Conrath had the play. We'll see Matt Conrath. He's in here. He's penetrated. He's got him, he thinks. But he puts his third hand down. They call it the opposite hand. Fights for extra yardage, and his knee did not touch.
I don't know how it did. At the 8-yard line, it is 2nd down and 4. They'll work out of a power I. Cal 6 is the power back. To the 4-yard line goes Kyle Scarb.
Momentum shift there.
According to his teammate Janis, Kyle Scarb is everybody's pal.
He's a great guy to have in there as a 200-pound running back out of that power I.
From the 4, it's 1st and goal for the Bears. Scarb driving to about the 3. Disappearing under a pile of bodies.
Darius Fleming on the backside almost made the play, but Scarb got in there and fought for extra yardage. He's got 30 yards and 9 carries. So not up to a 7.5-yard average for the season. But that doesn't matter right now. The key is the Bears need to get the ball in the end zone.
Mark Ginner comes in for Lake Zurich on a 2nd and goal from the 3.
Wishbone look.
Keeping it, Blanchard. Can he win the race?
Yep,
he is in for the touchdown.
Showing excellent speed as he ran to the pylon.
He took the hit from John Sullivan when airborne and got it inside the pylon for the score.
Certainly did. We'll have a chance to see it on the replay. They came out in a full wishbone. He's got the ball on the inside arm, which could have been dangerous as Sullivan put his helmet on the ball. But Blanchard breaks the plane, shows good speed, and gets them the badly needed score.
Now in for the point after Kevin Johnson. And it's good, and we've got a 28-14 game.
We got a ball game once again with 4:15 in the third quarter. Got a lot of time to play.
Both scores for Lake Zurich coming after each of the 2
turnovers.
St. Rita turnovers.
Yep.
Correct.
No doubt about it.
Wow. Just when it looked dark after a second consecutive 3 and out for the offense.
I really thought that when St. Rita got the ball a second time after scoring, all they needed to do was hold on to it, move the ball down, eat some clock, and they could have put the ball game away. Now, the Bears were encouraged. They showed a little bit of, they got the quarterback out a couple times, and we can see that Blanchard has got excellent running ability. 8 plays, 43 yards, and of course, most importantly, 7 points on the board.
Now also remember what happened after the other Lake Zurich score. They're going to try to definitely keep it away from Darian Hood if they can.
I would.
4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Now how big is that 3 and out on the first drive and the bad punt? That's the difference between a 2-score and a 1-score game. So now Kevin Johnson will send it southward here at Memorial Stadium, but first put it back up on the tee. There you go.
There's the science to this. Little angle on it. He's got it just how he wants it on the tee. If he kicks the ball right in the middle of the ball or top part, it'll squib around, and that's what I think he might do.
End over end line drive.
That's
taken at the 7 by Hood to the near sidelines and brought down at the 33-yard line.
He almost got out again. I'll tell you what, when you kick off and the ball gets to the receiver that quickly, you know, the high kick's one thing, but that low kick gives Hood a lot of time to make his moves. We'll see him here. Look for his blocking to develop up in front.
That's that same lane that he had on the previous kickoff.
Yep, sure is. I wouldn't kick it to him.
From the 34, it's 1st and 10 for St. Rita's Mustangs. Hood picking his way, brought down from behind on the play.
Brent Marks makes a nice play there. We'll have a chance. This is a big series defensively as Brent Marks comes in on the backside as a linebacker, along with fellow linebacker Siler. Salar, rather.
There you go. You're coachable. I like it. 3:37 remaining in the third quarter. Early motion. Looked like the fullback went from a 3-point stance to a 4-point stance.
Still second down.
It looked like Jerome Ward down at a 3-point stance moved a little early. So it'll be 2nd and 15 outside the 30-yard line.
Mustangs working that I formation. We'll see if they decide to run a spread here. Pro set.
Second down. Balsam, he's got room to run. He puts his head down and is up over to the 40 to the 41-yard line. Got a big chunk of that penalty yardage right back and then some, bringing up a 3rd and short.
We'll have a chance to see Balsam on this. Pete Balsam on the bootleg action. Has receivers downfield, decides to take off with the ball, and once he gets out there in open field, he's a dangerous runner.
In the semis against Providence, he passed for 245 yards and ran for another 118. A double threat, quarterback Peter Balsam, as he rolls out near side. Cuts behind a block. And is close to the first down, about a yard shy, as he's down at the 43-yard line. Tyler LaFontaine, the 6'2 junior with the tackle.
Fourth and 1. This is going to be a big call as we have a chance again to see Pete Balsam make the inside move. Cut. LaFontaine gets a piece, but you notice it took about 4 tacklers to bring him to the ground.
Balsam's got the old swivel hips working.
He really
there.
does. They call that loose hips. They look for that when they recruit running backs.
So it'll be a punting situation. And into punt for St. Rita is Matt Murphy, but a timeout taken by Lake Zurich. 4th and 2, and again Murphy back in punt formation. Brent Marks is deep. Good punt with the win. Marks from the 21. Gets up to the 31-yard line, a gain of 10 on the return. 20, make it a 36-yard punt, and a return of 10.
Nice job of handling the punt by Kyle Scarr back deep. And good coverage by the specialty teams there of St. Rita covering that punt. It's about 70-yard drive is what the Bears need, but they get it a little bit at a time to see if they can get the quarterback out again, Blanchard, as they run the option.
We've still got over 17 minutes left in this game. A lot of football to go. This is a big drive for Lake Zurich's Bears. Simpson spinning his way. Oh, and he breaks free. Up over the 40. He broke through the line, was tripped up at the very last second by Dan Gillick.
Adam Simpson here breaking it to the there's Conrath, makes contact. Look at the balance he's displaying here as he keeps his feet moving. We've seen 3 different running backs break for extra yardage. Here's another look at it. Great job of keeping his balance. That's what they need.
Gain of 11, 1st and 10. Double wing formation. Blanchard following his blocking into St. Rita territory. To the 44-yard line, tripped up by Stocklosa, a gain of 15 yards.
Fake the Simpson inside, nice cut there by Blanchard. He made 2-3 good cuts, and the Bears are off and running right now. They look like a rejuvenated offense on this drive and the last drive.
Another 1st down. They're picking up the yardage in big chunks right now. Blanchard keeping her on the left side, dragged down by the defensive back, John Sullivan.
That's one thing your secondary has to really do, defending the option here, as we see Blanchard carrying the ball again. Good support there by Sullivan. Trying to take the dive man away first, then the quarterback, and finally we haven't seen the ball pitched much.
Yeah, Blanchard's been calling his own number. Simpson driving through the left side to the 38-yard line. He picked up only 2.
Like you mentioned, Tom, we have almost a full quarter of football to play. You need to do what got you there, and that's exactly what Coach Storch said, and that's just what the Bears have been doing with the help of a turnover earlier.
3rd and 3 coming up.
Oh, in the 4th quarter.
1 quarter to go. 15 minutes left in the season. It's 15 in favor of St. Rita.
Welcome back to the 4th quarter of the Class 7A State Championship as we have St. Rita leading Lake Zurich 28-14. I'm here with St. Rita junior Andy Smilek. Planned on coming to St. Rita as an 8th grader to play football, learned that he had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and now in your junior year you're able to stand on the sideline of the state championship game wearing this jersey. What does that feel like to you?
Oh, it's really special. I haven't been able to play since 8th grade, and just to have a jersey on and be part of a team, it's very special, and I like it a lot.
And Andy, you've done more for this team in inspiration and in challenges right now. What do you try and teach your teammates every day about facing adversity and overcoming obstacles?
I just try to teach them to never give up and just keep trying and don't stop until the job's done.
And Andy, what do you think so far of this game?
It's pretty exciting. Hopefully we'll come out with a victory.
Well, Andy, keep cheering, enjoy yourself, and we're very proud of you. Back to you guys.
All right, Sarah. Andy, keep fighting. Really puts things in perspective. After Simpson got the 1st down, it was a 1st and 10 from the 20, make it the 32-yard line. Our Menard stats through 3 quarters. You take a look again. Lake Zurich starting to build up the total offense a little bit more, but still only 4 yards in the passing department. 2 big turnovers for St. Rita, and not really a penalty-filled game by any stretch of the imagination. 2nd and 8. Blanchard pitched it, a dangerous pitch. Janice dragged it back in for no gain. That one was really dangerous.
And Gillick makes a stop on the pitch man as Blanchard pulls the ball, pitches it at the last moment behind his pitch man, and Janice did a nice job of catching that football as the corner support is right there, and if Jillick had been there just a little earlier, he could have maybe really dislodged that ball.
It was like Blanchard said, hey, I'm done with it. You go ahead and take it.
He did a good job to even get the pitch off.
So far, Lake Zurich, 2 out of 8 in third down conversions. Facing 3rd and 8 here. Scarb trying to cut back. Nope. He's not going to get anywhere close to the yardage needed, as he is to the 28-yard line. Just got back to the line of scrimmage basically for no gain, and it'll bring up 4th down and 8.
Matt Conrath tracked that thing down from behind, and at this point they need their best 7 to 8 yard play they have in their playbook. I don't know if it's going to be the option or not.
The yards came very easy early in this drive. They're coming very tough right now against St. Rita's defense. 4th and 7. First 4th down try for Lake Zurich. And do we have some encroachment?
I think maybe.
A little jump at the line.
Everybody's pointing at everybody. Pleading their case.
Timeout taken by Lake Zurich. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Champaign. 7A championship game in the 4th quarter. A 2-touchdown lead for St. Rita, and a huge 4th down call coming up for the Bears.
Watch for Matt Blanchard to be given some kind of run-throw option here as they spread the field with a 1-back set.
Simpson the lone back. Quick drop Blanchard. Lobbing one near side. Caught by Scarb to the 5. Did he make it in? Yes! Touchdown! Lake Forest.
What a play!
What another amazing individual effort by Kyle Scarb. A 28-yard touchdown reception.
Matt Blanchard looked like he had a running lane there, but elected to throw the ball to Scarb, and he put it right on the money. And we're going to have ourselves quite a finish to this ball game. Here we have a chance to see it. Blanchard putting just the proper touch on that pass to the outside to the sideline. And a great concentration by Scarb, and he twists and turns and breaks the plane for the score.
Matt Murphy did what he could, but he couldn't keep Scarb from the end zone. The point after is good. We've got a 7-point game with 9 minutes to go.
Another chance to look at the see as he steps up in the pocket. Good protection, perfectly thrown ball, nice move, fighting for the end zone. Look at that. Invigorated crowd. 9 plays, 69 yards. Scarb with a 29-yard touchdown reception. The Bears fans have really come to life here.
Last 2 drives for Lake Zurich. Drives of 8 plays and 9 plays after they punted their first 2 possessions and frankly didn't look very good in the process. But then came that second turnover. Another score. And then Lake Zurich coming up, and now they're within 7.
And now the wind does favor, as we've talked about it, favors the Bears. And it's going to be real important for the Mustangs to get some type of field position initially. I wouldn't be kicking this ball unless you can kick it in the end zone. I don't think I'd be kicking it to Darian Hood. I'd kick it on an angle or bounce it around. We'll see.
Kevin Johnson will kick. And suddenly, for St. Rita fans, that clock's not moving fast enough.
No, it's not.
Hood and McGowan are deep.
There you go.
Very short kick taken by an up man. And he very wisely goes right down at the 35-yard line. The return by St. Rita's Drew McGowan.
Drew McGowan. Now that was smart. The ball's, of course, on the 35, but you didn't get the big return like we had earlier in the first half, where the Bears had driven so far down the field, and then in one kickoff, 94 yards later, a touchdown for the Mustangs. And here we go with the biggest series of the game right here.
Do you think the situation would dictate to the Mustangs that maybe they'd keep it on the ground? Running play as Hood still on his feet, swarmed over for a loss of a yard. In there, Brent Marks, along with LaFontaine.
And Mike McLaughlin on the outside turns it in. You'll see right here, number 27, and then all of a sudden, you've got a lot of bodies running to the ball, and Solar was right there on the tackle. Nice job, and just to delay the running back. Going to throw the ball here, back in the spread. Balsam on the run.
And he's just going to keep it straight ahead. Had a seam, knocked off his feet by Johnson, the linebacker. He is shy of the first down.
And this is what the Mustangs like to do. There's a lead blocker coming in there, and Balsam fighting for extra yards. And when they have trouble running the ball a little bit, or they're in a problem situation to change up things, they'll spread the field and run Balsam a great amount of the time.
St. Rita, 3 out of 8 in third down conversions in the game. 3rd and 1 here. On the snap, and Balsam's got the first down as he is near midfield on a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs.
And in our keys to the game, that was one of them for the Bears. Stop them, Balsam in that spread formation. And right now, St. Rita needs just to put a drive together, eat up a great deal of the time, and of course to cap it off with a score, they would become state champs the first time since 1978.
St. Rita with a 7A record, 228 yards on the ground already in this game. First down again, just a running play. Balsam gets himself free, and he is to the 40, correction, the 38-yard line, a gain of 13 yards, and there's no doubt about passing or handing it off. He's just taking it.
Ward flying up in there as a key blocker, along with the entire front, staying on their defensive players, and Balsam really is stepping it up now. He could be the difference maker, we said, as the game came down to the end of the football game, and right now he's doing just that.
1st and 10 from the 38 of Lake Zurich, and again Balsam says, I'm going to keep doing this until you stop me.
And
they haven't been able to do so.
They have not done it. And you know what? They've been spreading out these linebackers in the secondary, and here's Balsam once again finding the seam in there, and he is getting real good yardage. He got about 9 that time.
Both these teams now a 7A title game record combined for 384 yards. A 7A title game record. And we've still got 6:42 remaining. Now out of the I formation. Hood has blocking. And he is to the 20-yard line. A first down for St. Rita.
And they're running between the tackles. Darian Hood knifing in there. Excellent blocking there by number 64, big Patrick O'Malley.
Well, it's not surprising. He's one of their best blockers.
Right now, the Bears need to plug some linebackers, get Solar in there, get some penetration, because the offensive front from the Mustangs is really rising up to the occasion.
From the Lake Zurich 21st and 10, Hood was able to find a little bit of a seam for the right side and is inside the 20. Tackled on the play by a very busy linebacker, Brent Marks.
Brent Marks, number 11, knifing in there. Number 11 made a great play on that. But
2 yards.
Yep, but we're in 4-down territory, and of course, a field goal is huge. With a clutch kicker like Flaherty, that would make it a 2-score game.
With 5.5 minutes remaining right now on the clock. 2nd down and 8. Balsam. This time they finally stop him for a short gain. He picks up 3 more. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
And what Balsam, he really takes care of the football too. You know, he's running in there full force, taking a lot of shots, but he's really got a vice grip on the ball, and that's so important right at this juncture.
Rita 4 of 9 in 3rd down conversions tonight. McGowan and Hood and Eston, triple receivers to the far side of the field. Balsam keeps, and he's got the first down. It's been the Peter Balsam show on this big drive for the Mustangs.
And we'll see 42 Jerome Ward lead up the hole once again on the linebacker. Balsam getting north and south and running with great strength. He's a real slasher in there right now. He is not dancing around.
It's first and goal from the 8-yard line. Well, will Balsam call his own number again? Here's Hood, shakes one tackle, shakes two, down to the 1-yard line. Wow.
Now, you can be a slasher or a dancer, and we saw a little dancing there, but it was made with quick moves. Excellent run. Here we have an opportunity to see it. Beautiful little move, a little hesitation move, as we see Darian Hood getting right down to the 1-foot line.
Both Marks and LaFontaine missed shots of him in the backfield.
They had shots at him.
Second and goal. Balsam keeps.
He's in.
Touchdown.
Big drive. That's exactly what the Mustangs needed. What a way to respond.
Balsam said, "Come on, gentlemen, I'll put you on my shoulder."
And he sure did. And, you know, they came out in the power eye, and usually they give the ball to the tailback. And that time he just went with the wedge blocking up front with his front line of Sean Halloran, Nibbs, Fitzgibbons, all of them coming off the football.
3:46 remaining. Flaherty will try the point after out of Schumacher's hole. And it's back to a 2-touchdown lead for the Mustangs.
That's the way state champions respond.
All right, back with more from Memorial Stadium in Champaign after we take a timeout on the IHSA TV Network. St. Rita, by the way, with 35 points now, a Class 7A title game record. Flaherty's kick, high and short, and out of bounds, and that's a penalty. Also a record 7A title game, both teams combined scoring 56 points. The old record 49, Oswego and Libertyville. Carl Hoenke's Oswego Panthers winning 28-21 over Libertyville in 2003.
Brian Stort says we're listening to, he certainly can be proud of the way his team responded here in the second half.
65-yard drive for St. Rita. Blanchard finds room, and he's to the 38-yard line after a pickup of 3.
Darius Fleming chasing him down. He has excellent speed. And we really need to see the hurry-up offense right now.
Blanchard gives to Simpson. Breaks away momentarily and picks up another extra yard, close to a first down. It'll bring a 3rd and 1 coming up.
And we're down to almost 3 minutes right now, so I'm sure that Coach Kuska is happy to see that ball on the ground.
3-step drop, flushed out of the pocket by Strike, and Blanchard spins his way to the 49-yard line. He picks up a fresh set of downs for the Bears, 1st and 10.
Very nifty quarterback, Blanchard. We have not seen the ball in the air more than, 3 times tonight?
I'll tell you what, you got to be impressed with both of these senior quarterbacks, Pete Balsam and Matt Blanchard, the job they've done individually and as quarterback leaders for both their teams.
They had a real running dimension to both of these squads.
Blanchard, he's going to keep. He gets outside. Oh, he's just tripped up just enough. Looks like it was Conrad that just got a piece of him.
Yeah, and good pressure inside again by Street. Number 70, that front defensive line has really done a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback.
Of course, these two teams have combined for a total of 11 passes in this football game. 2.5 minutes remaining.
Picture of Coach Todd Kuska there, getting excited. You know, every one of the St. Rita coaches, everyone on the staff played at St. Rita. They are graduates of the Mustangs program, and they've all come back. And as we had heard with Sarah's interview, we've got a couple fathers on the 78 championship team whose sons are playing on this team. Here we go.
2nd down and 8. Balsam swings it out to Simpson. Gets by 1. Can't get by Ernest Green.
Good job by Green wrapping them up. Simpson's shifty. They really have shared the ball today. Simpson and Scar, Blanchard, all of them taking a shot to St. Rita deep run defense.
3rd and 9.
Screen.
Simpson, but it was snuffed out beautifully on the stop made.
Steve McGowan,
Steve
and
McGowan,
he is one of the players whose dad was on the 78 championship team. And we had heard that a little interview. His dad said, "You'll remember the game one way or the other." Well, he certainly will, and that's one of the plays he'll remember.
No choice but to go in on 4th down. Blanchard's in trouble. He's brought down, and that will seal the victory for the Mustangs of St. Rita.
They've played outstanding football all season long. They had defeated Mount Carmel. They defeated the Providence twice. They put it together in the playoffs.
Lake Zurich cannot stop the clock. They're out of timeouts. 94 seconds left. As Balsam goes to a knee.
Get a little bath there, Coach. He doesn't mind.
Well, he's also lucky it's this year and not last year or the year before.
It will not freeze.
You would turn into a human icicle the last couple of years. Delightful night, delightful weekend of weather for all 8 championship games here at Memorial Stadium. .64 seconds left, and again going down to a knee. And St. Rita and Lake Zurich will have the honor of playing the last game in the current configuration of Memorial Stadium that has stood since 1923. It'll begin an immediate renovation program, new skyboxes, new press box. By the time it's all said and done in a couple of years, Memorial Stadium will have a completely different look here in Champaign.
A real team effort by St. Rita Mustangs. Their defense played hard. Their entire pit play was excellent on both sides of the football. The young man taking a knee there, Pete Balsam, added to that running game along with Darian Hood and Clifford Moore.
That's it. 20 seconds to go. They don't have to snap it. Quickly racing over to get the football was one of the Mustangs, and there they go. Balsam went and got that football.
He's got a clutch on it. He's going to keep that one, I think. They'll have to try to get it back at the sports banquet.
28 years to the day after winning their last state championship, the Mustangs are crowned state champs once again back in 1978.
Pat Cronin was the coach back then, and they've been to the semis 5 times, but Coach Cronin is probably smiling right now up in heaven, looking down on this one.
1978, they won the 5A title by beating Buffalo Grove 15-9.
I remember those games. This is the moment they're going to remember.
And back at Memorial Stadium, Chicago St. Rita is the 7A state champion, 35-21 over Lake Zurich. Let's go downstairs to Sarah Kustak.
Here with our country insurance player of the game, Darian Hood. You did it all today. You had a 94-yard kickoff return. You had 16 carries for 89 yards, a touchdown. Lake Zurich wouldn't go away. What were you thinking throughout this game?
We got to keep moving. We got to keep moving throughout the game. That offense, we got to keep our head up. Had to keep defense in the game, and that's what we did.
And I keep hearing about this senior group who wanted to come back and win this state title. What does this mean to you guys?
Well, last year, we lost to Mount Carmel in the quarterfinals, and we saw the looks on all the seniors' faces, and we don't want to feel like that. And since sophomore year, we said we was going to take state.
Now, tell me about that kickoff return, because it looked pretty exciting from the sidelines.
Man, One word, exhausted. 94 yards. It's like 150 coming from all the way over there to there, but it was exhausting.
Well, congratulations, Darian, and good luck to you, and go have some fun with your team.
Thank you. All right now.
Coach, just under 5 minutes left in the game. Lake Zurich scores, only down by a touchdown. You have a critical drive to get up by 2 scores. What were you thinking throughout that drive?
Well, we knew, we've been in this situation times before. Against Providence last week, we were in those situations. We knew our offensive line was doing great all night long, dominating the line of scrimmage. And any matter of whichever back had the ball, they were going to make some plays. So we knew in this situation, we give the ball to Pete Balsam, and he's going to get the job done. And he did it again tonight for us.
St. Rita, school of tradition. What does it mean to bring back the state title to the school?
Well, it's huge. For years we've been a great football program, a great tradition, great history. It's been a while since we got down here, and I'm just happy to be a part of the chance to bring a championship back to St. Rita.
And how proud is Coach Pat Cronin going to be?
Well, hopefully he's looking down on us smiling right now, saying, what took you guys so long? But, we plan on being back here a lot.
Well, I'm sure you certainly make him proud as you do the rest of the St. Rita community.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, Mustang fans. Thanks for tuning in for the 2006 State Championship Mustangs. What a great year for us, Catholic League champs, a chance to beat up on our rivals from Providence twice, and to get down to the state championship in Illinois and show the whole state of Illinois what we're all about. So congratulations once again to the 2006 state champs. Please stay tuned for the pregame video and postgame video of the activities before and after the game, especially the postgame festivities back here at the gym as we celebrate that state championship. Next week, we're going to be going to 1978 state championship as we take on Buffalo Grove. Go Mustangs.
Find out how to become licensed as an athletic official by contacting your local high school athletic director, calling the IHSA Officials Department in Bloomington, or visiting the IHSA website.
And second place individual and team awards. Making the presentations will be members of the Illinois High School Association Board of Directors. Superintendent Brian.
Back to work! Back to work tomorrow! 8:30, little buddy! 8:30!
Please join the prayer letters on the
I will be thy name. I keep you calm, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Hey, Rita.
Pray for us!
It's all right there for you. Seniors, I love you. I'm going to miss you. You're always welcome back. And thank you for bringing a trophy back to St. Rita.
game that we scouted Lake Zurich at, their student body turned to us and started chanting to the coaches, we want St. Rita. And I told the student body, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And Lake Zurich got it tonight. Great credit to what St. Rita's all about. We're all about community.